Let me see. I got to get this pulled up, and I'm not prepared. Where'd my keyboard go?
You might need that. That you might need.
Okay, we're here. It's Monday.
Yes. Yes, we are.
Yay!
Yes.
Snakes and Stogies, episode 257, brought to you by Fulvi's Apparel, fulvisapparel.com. Hats, shirts, mugs, in situ line, herping wear. Also now available. Probably going to be running a spring sale here soon. Need to get more stuff added to the in situ stuff and make something happen. But in the meantime, use the code THN at checkout. Get 15% off your order. That is the exclusive promo code for THN listeners and viewers like you. And then blackboxcages.com. Rags cages, you need them. They got them. Craftsmanship is unmatched.
Impeccable.
They have something for just about anything you could need as far as sizes and accommodations, be it heating, lighting, any combination of those. They got it. So please go shop around, check out blackboxcages.com, and then go give them a follow on Facebook and Instagram and all that good stuff. And if you have any questions, message them, and they'll be happy to answer whatever you got for them. And then Cold-Blooded Caffeine, best coffee around. Snakes and Stogies blend. We are biased just a little bit. Go check that out. There's our blend and countless others. I don't even know how many they're up to now. They've got a lot. Ours, though, is Rwandan and Mexican together in a bag. Taking the two sides of the Atlantic and putting them together. Yep. And you won't be disappointed. It's pretty good. It's very good.
It's super good.
Very good.
It's very good.
Use the code SMOKE at checkout with them and get a little something. As Phil drinks his apple juice.
That's what that is.
I knew it.
Yep. Straight from Kentucky.
Those Kentucky Granny Smiths.
Those Kentucky Granny Smiths go down smooth every time. Has a little corn hint to it.
Weird.
Ah.
What are you smoking this evening?
Well, tonight, Smithy and I were talking about doing a little iNaturalist action, and
Yay.
I've noticed that the San Andreas Maduro tobacco has been blossoming in the tobacco world, and I recently have smoked a couple different ones. I honestly don't remember which ones which right now, but I should have probably written that down. But I said, you know what? Let's cover that part of Mexico, that Veracruz region, that Veracruz Valley, because I feel like we don't ever think of that part of Mexico in herping, and I feel like we should, because it's like
the closest thing we've done is Yucatan.
Yeah, we've done, and we did some Sonoran stuff, haven't we? Maybe some Baja stuff on accident. I don't remember.
Yeah, that's like the complete opposite.
Yeah, that's exactly. So I figured that would be a good segue. I just got gifted to me from my good buddies at Cigar Grill. Shout out cigargrill.com.
Shout out. Follow them on Instagram and stuff. I did.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I'll be back.
Hell yeah. And they know about the show and they chime in when they can. Some good boys, some two good brother boys. Undercrown 10-year.
Oh.
San Andreas Maduro wrapper.
The middle child of the Ligas.
Yes.
Underground stuff.
But I love how they did the bookmark.
The ribbon, yeah.
Ribbon that looks so good. I didn't cut it on purpose because I wanted people to see how taut and nice it was. But a very attractive cigar. Smells fantastic. The footband is super nice. I just took it off to show you guys. A lot of times there's just like a Dinker logo or something, but this one actually has inscriptions on it.
Mm-hmm.
So shout out to Drew Estate, man. Knocking another one out of the park.
It's funny when they released that. I just remember smoking and being like, it's better than an Underground, but it's not as good as Elite. It's like literally nestled dead in the center.
Yeah.
And then lo and behold, it comes out, and that's pretty much exactly what it is.
Yeah. Well, we're going to enjoy one with a beautiful San Andreas Maduro wrapper. And yourself, Smitty?
A lot Aroma de Cuba El Jefe.
Yes.
Is not a Mexican San Andreas, but
but wait, which one?
the
Mi
Mi
Amor,
Amor.
Mi Amor, the blue one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that is.
Those are pretty
San
hit or
Andreas.
miss for me. Some of those are, some of them, when they're good, and then I have a couple where I'm just like, it just doesn't slap.
Yeah.
In my opinion, the best cigar ever made is a San Andreas wrapper, and it is the Romacraft Neanderthal. It's been a very long time since I've had one because Rush stopped carrying them.
Damn. It's a shame. But now you also enjoy the Juarez, which is San Andreas. And I thought I had one.
Great smoke.
Yeah, I thought I had one, and I do not. I enjoyed it already. So
I don't know. You brought some to Daytona, right? And I think
that's what it was. I think we smoked them then. And by the way, you can't have an under crown without a crown cut.
That's right.
So it's being cheesy.
Another good San Andreas that I recommend, and it might surprise you, but there's a Rocky Patel. I don't remember the name of it. It's in like a coppery colored band, and it's got like a black paper wrap around the bottom of it. Like that one's actually pretty solid. It's good Mexican. The Mi Amor, like I was saying, is decent. Blackbird, their San Andreas isn't bad. That's the one with the red band on it if you see it. And I'm sure there's a couple others I'm thinking of, but yeah.
I think Plasencia's got one or two.
Probably.
And I want to say that Foundation definitely has one or two.
Mm-hmm.
I think they have it's a variation of something or other.
Yeah.
Speaking of Foundation, I had never had David or Goliath or any of them. And then I had a Goliath, loved it. And then I got a David because my buddies were like, "Oh, you got to have the David, Connecticut broadleaf. It's fantastic." Well, I didn't smoke it. I didn't have a chance to. And then Cigar Grill got in the Habano, the David Habano. And I was like, all right. And I smoked that. And that was fantastic. I went up smoking the Connecticut broadleaf yesterday. I wasn't impressed. I think the Goliath was better. I do. I don't know why. It just a better smoke. So, but definitely check out the three if you get a chance, listeners out there in listening land. So, and I got a Foundation event on the 26th, I think, and I'm very excited for that.
Is Malilo going to be there?
I don't know, but I am excited to do that because the longer I smoke cigars, the more I enjoy Foundation. So
he makes good stuff. So he was a blender for Drew Estate for a while, and then branched out and started his own, which was Foundation. And most of their stuff is very solid. I don't think I've really had anything that I wouldn't smoke again. Like everything was good. There's definitely like the Olmec is really good. And that's probably my favorite as far as what they do. I know we've talked about the Charter Oak they put out.
That's my favorite Connecticut.
Absolute banging budget stick. Those Charter Oaks are phenomenal for the price.
Hands down.
So, but they've got good stuff. So there's a couple I haven't had. There's I think right now at the shop there's one that's $35 and one that's $40, and I just haven't gotten around to trying them yet. I'm going to at some point. They look good. But as far as like their standard line stuff that you're likely to find at most shops, like that Olmec is very good, and it's $16, $17. It's very much worth the money.
Yep. Tabernacles.
Those
the Tabernacles.
Don't disappoint. Whether it's the broadleaf or the Habano, they're good. So, and a couple different Vitolas too. So Lanceros, all that good stuff. Wise Man is also a good one. So, yeah.
Most definitely. And yes, Nate, I am excited for Sunday. So, but yeah, I've been noticing a lot more San Andreas tobacco, and I actually went onto the Googles. I did not write this. This is Google AI. Don't think that I'm this talented, kids, but I did a little homework for us. So for those wondering, the San Andreas tobacco comes from the Veracruz Valley, which is on the inside perimeter of the Yucatan, Gulf of Mexico region on the coast. Uh, the Mexican San Andreas tobacco is a premium, dark, and thick wrapper leaf cultivated in the volcanic, humid San Andreas Valley of Veracruz, Mexico, renowned for its rich, earthy, and sweet flavor profile. Blah, 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 chocolate, coffee, yada, yada, yada. The big thing is that the region is volcanic ash in the soil, and that plays a factor in the tobacco growing for one reason or another. And I guess there's over 160 volcanic sites in that region, which I had no idea. But that volcanic ash, that primitive ash, really changes the constructs of the soil, making the tobacco just that much better. And then there's a couple blends that are famous. I won't go into that because I won't bore reptile people with too much tobacco stuff. And it used to be like, from what I gathered, it used to be a budget friendly extra filler. Like if you had a real good Nicaraguan stick or Dominican stick and they'd put some of the San Andreas in there. Now people are realizing that obviously most of your flavor and most of your high points come from your wrapper. So they're really perfecting the San Andreas wrapper, which is like this Underground 10 that I'm smoking. Or that Mi Amor that Smitty was talking about.
Mhm.
Those are both San Andreas wrappers. And I want to say there's also, I don't know if it's a Tabard. Somebody's got a Lancero that has a San Andreas wrapper, and because the stick is so thin and tight, you really get more of the San Andreas flavor.
I believe the Jericho Hill from Crown Heads is also a San Andreas, if I'm
Yeah.
not mistaken.
Yeah, that's another great stick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man, right up there with that Juarez. I sent Smitty some photographs, so here you guys can see the map of the Veracruz Valley region. And not what you'd think would be tobacco, at least in my opinion. I mean, when I think tobacco, I don't think Eastern Mexico. We should though. So, and from what I gather, most of the CAO stuff is specifically from. You see that little? I don't know if you may want to go to the next map, but towards the upper region, there's like that little jut out on the top left.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's the other side. That goes to like
the top left.
No, that's the top right. No, go down. Go down right there. Yeah, that little peninsula there. From what I gather, that whole peninsula is mostly CAO farms.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And I found CAO has a whole San Andreas website about, their leaf and blah, blah, blah. And that's actually where I got a couple of the pictures from. So yeah, we just thought this was a good spot. There you can see that rich black volcanic ash soil. I also noticed that most of their plants are kind of short. And I don't know if that was just like the time of year that they took the photos.
Probably. Yeah, because they're also like being out in the open, like sun grown like that. Those plants, they'll be huge.
Yeah. Oh yeah. There was a great shot from Placencia that had a shade house in the background, and I was gonna send you that, but I couldn't prove that it was San Andreas, so I didn't want to use it.
Mm-hmm.
But it was very cool to see like the rolling fields of green with the big gray sun house in the back, shade house in the back. I thought that was pretty cool. And that's a San Andreas leaf. That's actually from the CAO website. So
tobacco plants get big.
Yeah. Massive.
When they're sun grown.
Yeah.
When they're shade grown, they don't get as big. But it's pretty cool.
Yeah, very, very cool.
I want to do a factory tour still in Nicaragua with Perdomo or somebody. I don't know.
Yeah.
Even really that particular at this point, and just be cool to see it.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. For sure. Well, and
find a way to hurt.
And now they're, more and more of Cuba is accessible for both education and benefiting. I can't remember what the hell they called it. It's like benefiting local communities or whatever. Basically, from a historical aspect, we might be able to soon do tobacco tours in Cuba because of the historical significance of the agricultural aspect. So I'm kind of excited for that too.
I don't know. I mean, currently it sounds like that's not happening.
I mean, yeah, well, you have a little
Current
electricity
current
problems,
yeah, a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, we're not talking about that. So,
but eventually, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe.
I'd still want to. I have more interest in Nicaragua as far as tobacco goes than pretty much anywhere else.
Yeah, I feel like Nicaragua has a more up-to-date and progressive tobacco environment while still holding on to tradition. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I mean, Cuba gets all the praise and stuff, just because historically they were, the original.
Yeah, the OG.
And I mean, we've talked about it before. Like their tobacco is good. It's different flavor wise. I do think you have to smoke fairly regularly to really spot the difference or taste the difference. Unfortunately, because it's a government controlled industry in Cuba, the quality control really isn't there. So as we've mentioned previously as well, like you're really rolling the dice on if it's even going to be smokable or not, as far as like the tightness of the draw and the construction and stuff. But when Cubans are good, they are really good. I just think as far as like in general, like day-to-day smokes, stuff like that, like Nicaragua's putting out the best product, in my opinion. Dominican's doing good stuff too. Honduras is starting to really take off as far as being more prevalent in blends and wrappers, but in my opinion, a lot of the Honduran tobacco to me just tastes kind of cheap and dirty, if that makes sense. It just doesn't taste that good. There's a couple like the Sancho Panza stuff is actually really good, and there's a lot of Honduran in that. But for the most part, I don't know, if I see something that has a Honduran wrapper, I'm usually kind of like, But Nicaragua's putting out the goods. So.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
In my amateur opinion.
I know I would wholeheartedly concur in my amateur opinion as well.
And it's also ironic because you don't see much in the way of like Nicaraguan and Dominican cigars overseas, where Cubans are the dominant market.
Yeah.
It's the complete opposite of here, where we can't get Cubans, but it's not that those other places outside of the U.S. can't get the Nicaraguan and Dominican cigars. It's just that they're more expensive, and I guess there's just more involved as far as taxes and duties and things than there is with Cuba. So I don't know. For whatever reason, finding what you would normally see on your local shops shelves elsewhere in the world is not you're not likely to. So
yeah, man.
That just gives you an idea of how big the cigar market is in the United States alone.
Oh, for sure. For sure. And honestly, man, Nicaraguan Criollo is just becoming my favorite.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for sure. Good stuff, man. Well, shall we? Is there anything you want to cover? Anything new before we dive into this beautiful Veracruz Valley region? I feel like we jumped ahead a little bit. My apologies.
Going herping with the homies this weekend. I'm looking forward to it.
Nice. We're at
Francis Marion National Forest.
Diamondback time.
Yeah, hopefully. I think there's already been some sightings and some pigs found and some other stuff. So we've been keeping an eye on the weather because it's actually been kind of cool here today, and I think it's supposed to be cool for most of the week. But fortunately, I think we're supposed to creep back into the low 80s come Saturday or Friday.
That's perfect.
So we're hoping it stays that way. We'll see, but it'll be good. It's going to be a long weekend.
Excellent.
Looking forward to it. I'm going to put some of the in situ stuff through its paces, see how it does, walk and burns and stuff, and snags and things like that. Sort of doing some
field testing,
R&D.
Yeah, man. R&D field testing. Has the in situ been received well?
Yeah. So far it has. I mean, I haven't sold a ton of it, but I also there's not much really available right now in terms
Yeah,
of like
people seem
options, so
interested, and yeah.
it's
Have you got any field work feedback from the purchasers?
not yet.
Okay,
I have told people like friends like Mason at Serratus Ectotherms. He got him one of the Pitiovis ones, and
cool.
I was picking his brain about stuff. What kind of things do you guys that are herpers like? What kind of stuff are you wanting? If you can't have a backpack or you can't, as far as carry stuff, because I'm looking into things other than just the UPF shirts, because to me that's kind of the big thing is like just the sun protection of the UPF.
Yeah,
Like polyester and stuff is kind of important, and that's why I like the ones with the hoods, because it kind of protects your neck and things like
most
that.
definitely.
I
Most definitely.
am planning to release some that are don't have hoods, that are just long sleeve. I don't know that if there's any interest in short sleeve, I can look into doing that. So if you're listening to this and you want short sleeves, please send me a message on the Fulvius accounts or whatever, and let me know, because I'm kind of still trying to gauge what people are wanting, and I want to put out stuff that people want and are going to use. Like I'm going for practicality with a lot of the in situ stuff. There's some bags that I've kind of been looking at and eyeballing. I have sort of a prototype, if you will, in the kitchen.
Nice.
Or in the dining room rather, that I was talking to Gabe and Jake about, and like, is this something you guys would use? It's meant to hold like a big bottle of water.
Okay.
But I was hoping to find something that had like a belt loop on it, so you could attach to a belt. That way you're not having to have like a crossbody or like some sort of strap or something. And these don't have that, but I was thinking about getting some and adding it to them.
Like a water bottle holster?
Yeah.
Nice.
But it's also got like a little zippered pouch on the front, so you could put, something else in there if you needed to, first aid stuff, whatever. I'm just really trying to think of stuff that works for, herpers. And like, I really do need all the input I can get from whoever wants to throw it at me. Doesn't matter if you think it's stupid or not, just tell me. Because I want ideas. So I want to be able to bring stuff to the market. Having done just the UPF shirts and sort of really thinking about it, like there's nothing available right now catered to like outdoorsy herper specific stuff.
Yeah.
Even if it's just on the design front, like, I'm trying to look at things that I can take from, other outdoorsman type areas, like fishing, hunting, stuff like that. Like what can be used that can be herp themed. I'm just trying to think of other stuff I can bring to the table that people will use. And I don't know, like backpacks. I have a backpack that I carry that I like. I can get some nice ones that have a ton of different pockets on them and stuff. I still want to figure out the hook clip thing. Need to circle back to that at some point. It's just been a matter of finding the time to do it. So if you have ideas, please tell me.
Yeah. Good stuff.
Tell me what you're feeling, because I need to know. Mark Anthony. Would you use like a water bottle? It's like, it holds like a big. You want me to go get it? You want to see it?
Grab it. Let's show it off. It's a prototype. While he's doing that, I am a huge proponent of a backpack that can and does contain a bladder, as well as space for more water bottles and or specimen containers, depending on what kind of excursion you're on. I'm a huge fan of a company called Vertex, Vertx, Vertex. They are in the tactical police undercover gray man type of people. But in terms of hiking, herping, outdoor excursions, they're fantastic because the entire thing is Velcro on the inside. So you can Velcro in extra pockets, administrative document holders, laptop holders, bladder holders, whatever. I like them a lot. That's what I use in the field and what I travel with as well. So what do you got there, Smitty?
All right. So I don't.
Okay. All
I'm trying
right.
to do this in a way that you can actually see it.
It's kind of like a dump pouch, like
Or yeah.
yeah, kind of like a dump pouch.
Um,
Basically a nylon pull string opened, one big pocket with a smaller pocket on the front that is meant to be carried around the midriff.
but it has these loops on the side, which I don't really understand what the point of these was. Because I was like, oh, sweet, you can just put your belt through those, but that's not going to work because then it's going to be like folded.
Okay,
You know what I mean?
where's the hole?
On the sides.
Oh,
Got
I would imagine those for carabiners or
probably.
like a hammer or something, a tool of some kind.
Yeah. So my idea was, and I looked for another option that maybe had just a belt loop on the back of it.
Yeah.
Um,
My biggest thing is
so I'm
you have
looking at just adding some myself.
Water's heavy. So if you have like a 1 liter, or dare I say 1.5, 2 liters on there, you're going to want the crossbody strap, you know?
And that's what it has. It's not even necessarily crossbody. But I also like you can adjust this and wear this, like put this around your waist if you wanted to. Whether or not it holds up as far as if you have weight to it.
Right.
I'm going to take this with me this weekend and we'll see. But I figure something like this, like carry snake bags in there if you need to.
Deli cups.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of practicality again. Like,
yeah,
I want it to be something that you're gonna use. I want it to be something that you're gonna be like, I'm going herping, and I don't want to go without it. Is kind of
And it's also small enough that you can roll it up and put it in your glove box, or roll it up and put it inside your backpack, or what have you.
I mean, you can fit a decent sized water bottle in there,
like or two little ones.
You could easily put, one of those 1.5 liter bottles in there if you wanted to. Liter bottle. Fiji water. If you're a mountain climber or free climber, you can put your chalk in there probably.
Actually, that's what it looks like. It looks like a little chalk pouch for a mountain climber.
But then, it's nice. It's got a little elastic pocket in the pocket, and
nice.
I don't know. I'm just thinking,
Yeah. There's I was telling the listeners about a company called Vertex that is very much in the tactical gray man side of things, and they make a backpack that is almost entirely nylon-ish, polyester-ish, called the Long Walks bag.
Mm-hmm.
And it's basically a very lightweight linear. I believe it's they do a 10 liter and I think a 22 liter. And it has a open air section for like wet clothes or your boots or something, but then it's basically one good size linear compartment for a camelback style bladder or multiple bottles of water, but it's really light and airy and it weighs barely anything. It also has like side pockets. It has some Velcro on the inside if you want to stick in like some admin pouches and stuff. So that bag is relatively inexpensive. It's around $100. But again, small enough and light enough that you could roll it up in a ball and stick it in your center console. Yeah.
I don't know. Well, like I said, I'm gonna try it out this weekend and see sort of how I feel about it. Unfortunately, the strap is not removable. Like it's not clipped.
You can't unbuckle it.
You can't unbuckle it. And like I said, if I wanted to add belt loops, probably two, like one right here, so it's not just hanging on one and the weight sort of shifting around and stuff.
And there's no way to unbuckle it at all?
No,
it's just stitched on.
It's just there.
Could you add a buckle to it?
Maybe,
because if you could add a buckle, then you could weave it through your belt loops and wear it as a belt, and that would really be supportive.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm still, like I said, this is just something I came across through my supplier for some stuff, and we'll see. If anything, I add it, and it's just something, they're pretty inexpensive or not anything super bougie, but
even just to have it as an extra thing.
Something.
Yeah.
People want it,
Yeah, man, for sure.
But like backpacks, I don't know if people are super specific about their backpacks. Like I can get like Carhartt and stuff, but I don't think people are going to want to pay for Carhartt.
Yeah, I think the real problem isn't necessarily the price of it. It's the atmospheric. Is this for summer hikes in the heat where you're sweating? Does it have good back ventilation? Does it
Yeah.
have adequate straps for the weight of the water? Because the water's heavy. Is it padded? Is it versatile in terms of a breast clip? Can I move the breast clip up and down? So like if I have a backpack on and I have the breast clip at the very bottom because I'm much shorter than Smitty, and Smitty needs it all the way at the top. Can we move it up and down? Little things like that, I think, make or break a good backpack for field herping.
Yeah. Yeah. I need to do another giveaway soon. Anyways, I did the Carhartt giveaway during Christmas break. And I want to do more of that stuff on a regular basis because I'd honestly rather do that. Full transparency, I'd rather spend the money on a backpack like that or something than spend that same amount of money on meta ads, because meta ads historically are a complete waste of money to me. You throw a bunch of money at the Zuck and you get nothing in return. So, because I think there's legitimately some like exorbitant threshold you have to cross for meta ads at this point to really do anything for you, and it ain't money I'm spending or have to spend, frankly. So I prefer the old bootstrap, do it the hard way.
I'm with you, man. I'm with you.
So we'll see. But yeah, just again thinking, we'll see.
It's good. Yeah, you get to test it this weekend.
I have completely fallen in love with those long sleeve polyester shirts, though. I have never been into the poly thing. Like they've never cared for the feeling of the all poly shirts. But now, like, they're all I want to wear. Like I've even made some
wear pretty awesome, man,
with the New South logo on it and stuff to wear at work. They're so freaking comfortable.
Yeah, just don't let it get on fire because it will melt to your flesh. That is why the U.S. military. That's why the U.S. military doesn't use it, because if you encounter open flame, it will melt to your flesh.
Or jet fuel.
Nate says, "Where's his Paleosuchus puppies shirt?"
I was unaware that was a request.
I think that's kind of funny, to be honest. Paleosuchus puppies and just the big giant anime eyes.
Puppies.
Yeah, just giant anime eyes with like the stars in them, but like a Paleosuchus body. I think that's adorable. So,
but nothing new in the room. Just tarantulas molting and microscoping molts and
nice.
Nothing new on the snake front. People keep asking me if I'm pairing this and that, and I have not been, because I just have not had time.
I'm sending you a picture. My female puff told me that she's ready, but I don't think the male is. I think he's still a little too small. He's a little too shrimpy. So I'm sending you photographs.
I thought maybe my female house snake was gravid because she looked the part for a second, and then I palpated her a little bit, and there's nothing there because she also shed, and I was like, oh, maybe.
It could have been the start of it, man. She could be cooking.
Could be. Let's see here.
God, this thing has not shed in almost a year. So for her to shed now, I'm like, she's ready. But like I said, I think the male is still not ready. But dude, that picture doesn't do it justice, man.
Oof.
And that's through the vision glass. So like, oof.
Nuts. Michael Crick Books had I saw it on Facebook yesterday or maybe the day before, but he was selling a issue of Life from, I think, like the 70s or 80s, and it was about a guy at which zoo was it? For some reason I'm thinking Toledo, but I don't think that's it. But he was a herpetologist at one of those zoos, and he got killed by a puff adder.
No
like,
shit.
Yeah.
Damn.
He was selling that issue that had that article in it for like $20. I was very tempted to get it just out of pure curiosity, but
yeah.
Pretty
Morbid,
wild.
but fascinating. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, she does not. She does not hold back. She 1,000% would end anyone. Which is why I want my mail to be a little bit bigger, because they're not really cannibalistic, but I'm just be afraid that she'd whack them good once and it would just that it would just do them in.
Yeah.
But she has crazy nostril scales. Oh
They're a
man.
gnarly snake, dude.
Yeah, man.
You want to talk about something built to take stuff down? Like,
yeah,
Lord.
Yeah, man. So
There was a video recently on Facebook of someone in, I think, South Africa or Namibia, maybe, like relocating one, and it like did the levitation that they do so well. I was like,
nice.
I wish people would see this and realize the things that big Vitis are capable of when they want to be capable of them. You know?
Yeah. Our man, speaking of Namibia, our man Francois in Namibia, he just messaged me. He found Zurapaga again, sent me pictures. Dude,
Nice.
That's a species I want to keep, man. So freaking cool. Ugh.
That whole gene,
know,
like when
I
you
know.
get in the outliers of the Vitis stuff, man, it's so just like Cornuta and Caldalis, like say no more. Oh. And then Nate said, to be fair, I'd let a puff adder bite me to get out of Toledo.
That's kind of funny. What was that? What was that show with the guy from Always Sunny? It took place in Toledo. He was a substitute teacher. Oh God, what the hell was that show? Hilarious show.
I remember what you're talking about. I don't remember the name of it.
His whole goal was to get out of Toledo. Oh man. Good times.
Wasn't that did you ever watch The Boys?
No, I didn't.
Oh. Well,
it's the brother from Always Sunny. What the hell is his name? Anyway, I digress. I received a little package from our good friend Connor Wardle on behalf of our other good friend, Mr. Michael Gillen in the Great White North. I got a baby Wild Rose Pass Suboc produced by Mr. Gillen, care of your Subocs.
Oh, it was by Wild Rose. Is that pair?
Yep.
That's cool.
Yep. So, dude, stupid cute. All right, I gotta send you a picture of it. It's too cute not to share. Legitimately perfect letter H's going all down the back.
I miss those little bastards every now and then, man. The deep, yeah, he did something bad for PR, I can't remember, and so they sent him to like Sandusky, Ohio or something until things cool off, and he was stuck there in like a Motel 6.
Yeah.
It was great.
So Mike is correcting us. It's Smitty's male and Rob Nemo's female.
So it's half.
It's half. But do you know who produced your male? Honestly, it's probably Rob Nemo, bro.
I feel like if you hadn't asked me, I'd be able to tell you, but because you asked, I
fucked you up. Sorry. So, but I'm excited because now I have multiple Wild Rose Pass and from different parenting. So
I really do think that's the best looking locality, personally. Like I see a lot of Subocs and stuff.
They're killer, man.
Those Wild Rose Pass are always like,
yeah.
Oof.
I wish you could zoom in on that photo. That photo, like, I wish you could zoom in. Damn.
Goofy bastards. That female that I had was a riot, dude. She would get out periodically. She wouldn't go far. She would just sit on the rack, like on the shelf right in front of her tub, and I'd walk in and you'd see her just like look at me like, oh shit. And she would freeze and just stare at me.
Nice.
Like if I don't move, you can't see me.
I think it's interesting. So this is now I'm officially at 10 Subocs now, I think. I made 10. So all of them are beautiful. I love all my animals. But this one from Mike, all the H's are perfect. Like my baseball hat that you made me. every single, you know what? I'm going to screen share that because I have to zoom in. I have to bore people with this animal because it's that attractive. Sorry, listeners. Sorry if you're driving on your commute to work. You have to deal with my Subak madness. Where is Smitty's thread? There it is. Okay, and we're screen sharing from Phil. Okay, you guys see it now?
Yeah.
Dude, first of all, look at this contrast. Like, these bars are just incredible. And then every single H is like textbook Minecraft Batwing. I mean, like, I wish this mulch wasn't here because, dude, it's just like one scale separation.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely awesome. So, sorry, now I've bored everyone.
More.
What's that?
Just get more.
Well, the goal is to make more. Let me try and do that real quick. There we go. Like, look at this. Look at this stupid nugget. Look at her. She's adorable. Those derpy little eyeballs.
Yep. Stupid little face.
Stupid little face. Derp. Okay, I'll stop being that guy.
Beardy Mom Phil.
I know, right? Jesus. Who'd have thought I'd become that? Now I gotta see. I think I've got 10 now. Let me see. Yep, that made 10. So in the next couple weeks, I'm going to be pairing Rob Nemo Wild Rose Pass and Rob Nemo Silver Het Albino to unknown genetics silver male. So very exciting. Very exciting.
Make it happen.
I know, right? I did not fuck this one up. All right. Well, you want to get into the leafiness?
Yeah. Here we go. Here we are in Veracruz. Veracruz, Mexico. They have basilisks. They have hemidactylus. But who doesn't? They have green iguanas.
Nice.
Who doesn't?
So far, it just sounds like South Florida.
I was going to say, it's, yeah. They have boas, but so does Florida.
Oh, what kind of boa?
Central American.
Oh, nice.
Look at that thing.
It's a big boa.
Moving through the swamp. The sewers of Veracruz.
This is a drainage ditch and apartment complex.
Yeah, pretty much, dude.
Yeah.
It's just Florida. Let's see, giant toads. That looks like a big toad.
That is a big toad.
I don't know if I'd say giant. That's a big toad.
Yeah.
Rhinella horribilis.
The horrible one.
Horribilis. This was interesting too. This basilisk,
that's cool.
Pretty badass looking.
Yeah, that's a really badass. I've never seen a basilisk with a red tail. Is that a brown basilisk species?
Yeah, that's what it said it was.
That's wild, man.
I think.
So for those listening, it's a standard olive colored brown basilisk with a good lateral stripe, but the tail from the hip bones back is just Spider-Man red. It's cool. Blood red. It's the blood of his enemies.
Mexican spiny-tailed iguanas. What is a two-spaded narrow-mouthed toad?
What? OMG, that's pretty stinking cute.
Look at that little burger patty.
Dude, it's a slider. That's a slider patty.
Little slider. Yeah.
Little slider. For those listening, it is a brown and striped, for lack of a better word, tomato frog that's the size of like a cherry tomato. It's adorable.
It's like a narrow-mouthed toad, but it looks like a regular bufo.
Yeah. It's a
regular bufo in a narrow-mouthed body. Is
slider burger. I have to specify when we say slider that we're not talking about like red ears.
Talking about
that's cool. What is that thing?
That's a snake.
That's a snake.
Black striped snake, genus Coniophanes. Phanes.
Interesting.
Conya.
What was it eating? Like
A lot of
Lowe's toad?
some. I don't know if it was one of those narrow mounts, but it looked like it. It's called a rose-bellied lizard. This is Scaloporus species.
Very attractive. Kind of has a curly
Alternative
tail.
food.
Yeah, kind of has a curly tail appearance to it.
Look at him. He's like, what the fuck are you looking at?
Dude, Scaloporus just mean mug everybody.
I know.
Just this is their goal in life is to have RBF.
What the fuck are you looking at?
Yeah, just take a picture. It'll last longer.
You like me? I have a girlfriend.
Yeah.
This is a Stouffer's reed frog.
Interesting. Is that native?
Stouffer's. I would say Stouffer's.
Like the lasagna?
That's almost.
You need to click that. See if that's invasive. I feel like that's an African species.
Let's see. Species of frog family. They found in Belize, Costa Rica, El Salvador, Guatemala, Honduras, Mexico, Nicaragua.
Okay. So truly Central American.
Tipping on fofos. A lot of iguanas. Wasn't that the last issue when we were in like Yucatan or something? There was freaking iguanas everywhere.
Yeah, it was just nothing but iguanas.
It's another boa just chilling. Wouldn't have to go very far to find boas because someone posted a pet boa loose in Goose Creek up in Charleston. And
really?
The identification group yesterday.
Oh, geez.
What is it?
I feel like so many of those are people just messing with people. Like they take their pet, they put it in the alley behind their house, they take a picture and tell people, "Can you ID this, please?"
Maybe.
That's very attractive. What kind of toad is that?
Central American toad.
Interesting.
This is very pretty.
Yeah, it's like a cane toad with southern toad pattern.
Incilius is the genus.
Interesting.
Freaking iguanas.
What's that cool looking one?
It's Eastern Mexican spiny-tailed iguana.
It's cool looking.
That's all. It looks like a damn water dragon.
Yeah, very water dragon-ish.
Sometimes I wonder with some of these pictures how much blood had to be shed just for them to be able to get it.
Yeah.
So this seems like one of those pictures where it's like, yeah, we got it, but it's behind like a fence trapped in some corner somewhere.
Yeah.
Look at those dead eyes.
Oof.
What do you want from me? Gulf Coast fine snake.
Interesting.
I was unaware that there was another species of Oxybellus.
What's the species name on that?
Was it Oxybellus podosiensis?
Podosiensis?
Potosiensis?
Interesting. Very interesting. I wonder if it's only found in that coastal area.
We'll see if more pop up, but we're having to dig through basilisks, anoles, and iguanas.
Yeah.
Just to get to the...
Oh, turtle.
Toidle.
Chelonian.
Mesoamerican slider.
Nice. Oh, speaking of Mesoamericans, one thing I did forget I was trying to find you a good picture. I couldn't find it, but apparently there's a lot of Mayan artwork from that Veracruz region for the San Andreas tobacco of them smoking tobacco in different forms in the Amerindian style artwork, Mayan style artwork. I thought it was super cool, man. Like just to show you how long tobacco usage has been around. I thought that was really
long
interesting.
before the FDA and ATF got their hands on it.
Yeah, long before state and federal taxes.
Mexican race runner.
That's cool.
Love me a race runner. Ain't never gonna catch one, but I like them.
That's what butterfly nets are for. Wow.
Some milk. It just says milk frogs. It doesn't give a specific species.
It looks like a gremlin.
Yeah, it does.
It literally, for those listening, it has the gremlin bumpy skin on that olive green sliminess.
A handful of people suggested vermiculated tree frog, but apparently that taxonomy is invalid now.
So it probably was that, and
was that?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that stinks.
More Hemidactylus. Another boa. It's a good looking one.
Yeah. Not a lot of snakes, man.
A road garter.
What is that?
It's a Canophis lineatus, so maybe it's similar to.
Okay.
Oh,
Very interesting.
it's almost like a Latino Samnophis or something.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that literally is what it looks like. Kind of has a cantil-ish head. Another boa.
That looks like it's either dead or on its way out. It's a
Yeah.
I've seen better days.
Man, a lot of these boas are looking rough.
Yeah. Them damn sewer boas.
Yeah, man. Sewer boas and green iguanas.
AKA Florida. West Mexican milk snake.
Interesting. West Mexican, but it's on the East Coast.
It doesn't have to make sense, Phil. Just trust it. Suspend disbelief. It's Lampropeltis polyzona. But someone said black banded cat-eyed snake, but that's not it. Oh, there were more pictures. It's pretty cool looking though. It's like
it's kind of
like an eastern,
way darker.
reminiscent.
Yeah, for those listening, very dark, almost slate gray snake with
That's
standard.
black, dude.
That's black with Lampropeltis bands, almost chain king like bands, but very, very wide apart, very broad.
I've seen some chain kings here that had very thin banding like that.
Mm-hmm.
Not like the stuff like Chesapeake stuff that has like the super wide.
It has that standard Central American Lampropeltis pigment on the nose, you know.
Orizaba indigo snake, Drymarchon, Malernus, Orizabensis.
Orizabensis. What the hell is that?
I don't know. I can't tell if it's alive or not. It's not looking.
It looks rubber.
Not looking good.
I didn't even know that was a species.
Well, it says subspecies, but who knows if that's legit or not. I don't know.
What are they correcting it to?
Someone said Musarana, and everyone's like, "Get fucked." So, looks like that subspecies is what the consensus is. But,
okay. It was Erebaris?
Orizabensis.
Orizabensis.
It's a nice looking little imperator. Angry. remember getting bit by the Nicaraguans when I had those, dude. Those things, when they bite, they're like just mean-spirited when they do it.
Yeah, dude, Nicaraguans had such a bad rap, and I feel like it was just because they got treated like the stepchild. You know what I mean?
I don't know, man. In my experience, it's pretty well deserved. I think all but one of mine were just not a fan of me.
Just not pleased.
Not as bad as the Terrahumaras, but
yeah,
still, it did not take much to get those things riled up. I had one female; she was super chill. She was awesome, but dude, the other ones I had, they were just firecrackers.
That looked like a Sinalone. What a great shot, dude! He's pissed as hell. Yeah, watch it actually be a coral snake.
Right, right.
But dude, doesn't that look like a Sinalone?
This is West Mexican.
I'm dying. Don't eat me.
They're saying that's Polyzona too. I don't.
Okay.
I don't know.
I'm not
enough to know, but I guess so.
I could see the Polyzona in the face, but the bands don't look Polyzona to me. But what do I know?
Central American Gulf Coast toad.
Yep, that's a toad. Excuse me, I will be right back.
I figured I'd save y'all and not do tarantulas. Mostly because there's going to be like 3 species and they're all going to be the same and they're all going to look alike. So here's some Micrurus action. Good old variable coral snake. Micrurus diastema. Love me some corals, as you all know. Do they have rhombifer down there for real? No way. I have to investigate further.
Ooh, what is that?
A rhombifer.
What?
That's what I said.
No way.
That's what I said.
Dude, I'm going to zoom in on that.
I'm trying to find more.
You're talking about Nerodia, right?
Yeah.
No way.
Oh. Way, dude. Look at that.
Wow.
Freaking Guatemala.
Wow. I had no idea.
I didn't either. I was like, what is this?
Yeah, I thought it stopped in like Corpus Christi.
That's crazy, dude. Look at that. That goes all the way up from Iowa.
Yeah, look at how there's just a bald spot in the middle.
That's nuts. That
is nuts. That's really impressive.
Wow.
I would have never thought.
I didn't either. I thought they were mostly a Texas thing for some reason, but we learning.
Yeah.
Some sort of milk. It's probably Polyzona too, I'd imagine.
Yeah, probably. For those joining us late, we are covering on iNaturalist the herpetofauna of the Veracruz Valley, located on the eastern coastline of Mexico.
Southwest cat-eyed snake.
Kind of cool. Kind of bandy blotchy.
It's the Leptodira. You ever wonder if the people that spoke Latin back in the day would listen to how we pronounce things now and just want to smack the shit out of us?
Yeah.
Another rhombifer.
Wow.
I'm not gonna lie. Montrose had some Rhombifer at Daytona last year, and I'd be lying if I said I wasn't.
I thought they were.
tempted.
I thought they were super cool until I saw Underground had an adult pair, and they were the size of coastal carpets, and I was like, "Get the fuck out of here!"
Absolute beast.
Like, I'm not going to buy whole tilapia to feed them.
That'd be fun to watch, though.
I just imagine it would get old quick. Now, do you guys see on Instagram? Trimobius. Zoom in. Oh, is it squished?
I don't know.
It looks kind of squished. Rob Christian posted a really cool broadband water eating a live sunfish, and that was super cool watching it flop around on the coast on the bank of the canal or creek or whatever it was.
Another polyzona.
Was that a walking frog up a little bit right there? What's that on the wall? Climbing up the wall.
What's brown and all.
Oh, never mind. Sorry, guys. It's been a long day.
Little baby.
That's
baby
cute.
Imperator. I find the lack of Bothrops disturbing.
Yeah, I actually was just thinking that. I was actually hoping for more corals and honestly more Lamprobeltas.
There's only been one coral thus far. I'd say I can filter it down more to show us just snakes, but we saw how much I struggled with that in Argentina.
Yeah.
Brown and Knowles. How come iNat can't be like, look, we already have 200 observations of brown and Knowles. We get it. They're there. We're denying your submission.
I don't know, man. I'm sure there's somebody studying anoles and they'll want that data.
It sounds like all they have to do is go outside and throw a rock, and they're bound to hit one.
You don't have to throw a rock. You just stick your arms out. It's like South Florida.
Ooh, that's a really good looking boa.
That's a really good looking boa.
It's toast, though.
Is it? Oh, yeah, look at the head. Damn. Fucking humans.
Oh, here we go.
There we go.
Now we're getting to
there we go.
Yeah. Oh, boy. Look at that.
Damn, the contrast. What are they calling that? Durissus?
Oh, my God. They had to make it the most difficult name ever. Crotalus Mictlantecuhtli. I don't know. Mictlantecuhtli.
Look, I'm all for renaming stuff to be indigenous, but sometimes it's like, come on, guys.
When they switched all the brachypelma stuff over to the little coddle, it's like to little.
Yeah, guys, come on, man.
No one can pronounce that shit.
We're looking at a
gorgeous rattlesnake.
Yeah, gorgeous rattlesnake, neotropical rattlesnake in a darker, rustier, brownish red color with off-white lining to the diamonds on the back. So, a rusty red-brown, like an old red-brown wheat penny in a neotropical rattlesnake.
With a hell of a rattle on it, too. Look at that sucker.
Oh, yeah. Can you zoom in on the back of the snake?
No, that's as far as it'll go.
Ah, damn. It's our first croat.
Boy, when we went to the last Columbia show, there were some absolute beast Zabacons.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, my God, dude. I'd keep some of those suckers. Those things that's a good-looking snake, dude. Especially get those nice, like, slate gray ones with the pink.
Oh, yeah.
Oh. Did you see that? Here's Bothrops and Asper, but it's Bothrops nonetheless.
Yeah, good looking Asper.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
You
You
see
could
that?
tell if it wasn't a cell phone, it'd probably be a really good looking animal.
That box turtle I saw over the weekend?
No, I missed it. Where'd you find a box turtle?
God, right around the corner from my house, crossing the road.
Good for him.
Smoking male, dude. It's like
Did you
traffic
post it or did
traffic
you like...
cone orange. Yeah, it was on Facebook.
All right, let me go find that sucker.
Rainforest cat-eyed snake. That looks cool. Also looks deceased. Observation is an observation, I guess.
Wow, that is a screamer box
Dude,
turtle.
I know, dude.
Oh my god, dude. Killer head.
He didn't shut himself up either, which I was really surprised. Like normally, like when I was in Tennessee, that same trip that I saw those timbers, I found a handful of box turtles too. And like every single one, dude, if I touched them, they boxed up and didn't come out. Like I'd set them on the ground and leave them, hoping that maybe they'd pop their head out. And they stayed shut up.
Jeez.
But like this dude, man, he was like, just get away from me. He was just trying to he was doing the air swimming. Like
nice. And that's a cute spadefoot, dude.
Oh yeah, that was from
love spadefoots.
I've seen a couple of those this year though. I love those little guys. It's a tropical whip snake. It's a Masticophis mentovarius.
Metovarius. There's a lot of little lizards, man. I think it's time to switch to snakes.
Phil, I don't know how. Wait.
Oh my god.
That's a freaking hoss, dude.
Diesel Durissus. That better be Durissus. If they're calling it
Durissus.
It's not?
No, it's the Mechanical Cthulhu.
Did they get rid of... Oh god.
I think they completely split up that whole group. And of course, everything that's from a different mountain range is its own species now.
All right, here we go. Finding the truth.
Find it. Look at that. That sucks to be that iguana so bad, dude. It's just
oh my god. What is that? Like a pit?
A barrel or something. I don't know. But like that poor iguana's like, fuck me, dude. Look at that thing though. Oh my god. It's like bronze.
Killer rattlesnake.
Yeah, see, someone's keeping that thing. Look at how healthy that thing is.
I wonder if they're feeding the iguana to it.
That's a big meal.
Yeah, it's a meal or they're probably gambling on it and seeing who's going to fight who.
Probably. You know? My money's going to be on the buzztail though. Sadly.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable how fucking toxic the Durissus stuff is, dude. Like, there's a lot of rattlesnakes I wouldn't want to be bit by, but I'm pretty sure pretty much anything that's Mexican, be it Basiliscus or Durissus, like, it's going to be pretty high on the list.
So it looks like 2012 or 2010, they broke everything up. And what they did is they... looks like Durissus and its subspecies are only found in Yucatan down through Nicaragua to Panama, then the northern cap. So like Ecuador, Colombia, Venezuela, Guyana, Suriname, that cap there, and then coastal Brazil into the Amazon through Uruguay and then down into Argentina. Everything else is its own fucking thing. So yeah, sad panda on that one. I digress.
I don't know. I can't say that I'm that upset about it because I feel like the number of subspecies with Durissus were getting out of hand.
Yeah, it was definitely out of hand.
It was broadfoot mushroom tongue salamander.
Mushroom tongue? Yeah, that's just a redback.
It's like a galactinotus if it were a salamander.
Yeah, that's true. That's very, very true.
They're cat-eyed snake.
Central American telescopus.
Yeah, pretty much.
Convergent.
Yeah, not a lot of snakes. It's kind of surprising.
Yeah, man.
Another boa. It's a nice reddish one.
It's also very consistent in the habitat, it seems.
Yeah.
So these lowland forest areas, yeah.
Not a lot of variation going on there. Mexican tree frog. It's kind of cool looking.
Yeah, it's very cool. Was that a garden bow up top? Right, you passed it. Right there? No, not that thing. What is it? That's just regular red tail.
Yeah.
Yeah, emperor. No, go back.
If it existed.
Right there. That in the middle, right there. What's that?
It's a cat-eyed snake.
Okay.
See the cat eyes?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Elliptical. Interesting. How did you do that? How did you just put us on the bottom?
I just changed the layout.
Oh.
It's the one thing I do know how to do. Another good looking
chunky, angry boa.
See, one that in that condition though, like that to me looks like it's
someone's pet.
Yeah.
Or it's puffed up because it's pissed.
Oh, maybe. So not much in the way of snakes, and I said I wasn't gonna, but I gotta.
What?
I gotta get some tarantula action.
Oh yeah, well for sure. I was hoping you would. Did you put arachnids or you just put spiders?
Arachnids.
Nice.
But I told people that I would spare them because a lot of the tarantulas in this area look very similar, except for the species of Davis that someone put in the Papilopini tribe, which that's like the Guatemalan tiger rump. That's Davis genus. Maybe a Penaloris. I don't know. I have a Penaloris. She's awesome.
Nice.
It's a gorgeous spider. Same thing. Ooh, look at the blues on the femurs.
Oh yeah. And I love the striping on the legs. Great.
Yeah, I bought someone's collection a couple weekends ago. It was only like 3 or 4 spiders up in Charleston, and one of them was a female Davis Penaloris, which is what we were just looking at, and she's really cool.
Nice.
Cool species. They're kind of common, like they're not anything super spectacular, but man, that's a good looking spider.
Yeah. That was Gracilis.
Yeah, that's what it said. Bromeliad spiders. That's pretty dope looking.
Wow, that's terrifyingly creepy.
That's kind of it's a little creepy.
That's genuinely creepy.
Fucking Slender Man hanging out.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. That's Skinwalker in your window. Creepy.
More Gracilis.
It's a big fucking Gracilis. Holy shit.
Gracilis.
Oh my god.
I wonder if the ones in Mexico are as toxic as the other Central American ones.
Well, it's supposed to be the more south you go, the more deadly.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. So so you have Collenberger eye, and then you have Vegans, and they look very similar.
That's just a Vegans.
Yeah. I mean,
it's a really good looking Vegans. Look at the pinks on the body, man.
A lot of the Mexican like Tolitocatl stuff does kind of get yawned at, and I mean, yeah, they're not the most exciting in the world, but like when you get a fresh molted like vegans or something, dude, that's
I'm sure.
Really.
I wish they were like Gramastola, because I would totally keep them. I think they're gorgeous.
What do you mean, like Gramastola?
Like not going to rip your face off.
Oh, my vegans isn't bad.
Really?
Yeah.
You said that with an upticked inflection. Yeah.
I mean, they're still going to kick hairs and stuff. But
you're saying you treat it just like a red knee.
Yeah, but I mean, pretty much anything that I have that's New World, like if I breathe on it wrong, it's going to be kicking. Especially the Theraphosa. But
yeah,
like as they get bigger, they chill out a little bit. Kind of surprised I'm only seeing Gracilis.
Could just be the common thing on the coast, A lot of crab spiders.
Ant-eating spiders.
What is that? That's kind of cool, man.
It's like the gold crusted steak.
Yeah. It's like it's gilded in gold leaf. Very cool.
I guess we're not going to really see vegans because this is the Veracruz red rump, which is the Collenberg eye.
Yeah.
Again, that's a handsome looking spider, dude.
That's a really good looking bug, man, for sure. And that to me does not look like a Vegan's. You know what I'm saying?
Well, Vegans definitely don't have the blushing that you see on this one, and I'm sure this was touched up just a little bit on the colors and saturation and stuff, but
yeah, probably. It's cool jumpers.
Yeah, a lot of jumpers. Umidia. Ooh. Hoping to see if Gabe will hook it up with some of, not this species, but the same group. We have it's Trapdoor.
Oh, yeah.
We have, I think, 2, maybe 3 species here native. And Gabe's like, yeah, we get some in our drift traps, at the park all the time. And I was like, well, motherfucker, like, save me some. Because they're cool as hell. It's the only like Megalomorph we have here.
I don't know, man. Hairless spiders kind of freak me out.
Yeah, see, this has got to be a Collenberger eye too. Boy, my female Classie's in pre-molt. When she molts, dude, that is going to be just visual Viagra. Oh. A lot of those Ward Weavers, spiny backs.
Yeah.
Huh.
Huntsman.
Yeah, Pantropical. Heteropoda. I didn't realize Heteropoda was a New World thing too. I thought that was just Asian.
Yeah. Unless that's not supposed to be there.
I don't know. What is this little... Oh, introduced. Yeah.
Yep. There you go.
Question answered.
That's cool. They give you a little marker now. I never noticed
that. Yeah, I think that must be new because I don't.
Yeah, it's got to be new.
I love these little bastards too, dude.
They're so cool, man.
Walter White Eye, and he just hangs out. They're so really neat.
Is yours Central American or is yours African?
Mine's Central American. Yeah, it's a white eye.
Okay, Walter White Eye.
White Eye is his name. Yeah, I don't even know if it's a male or a female. I got the molt that it gave me recently, but I have no idea how to sex these things. Aside from keeping them alive, I honestly don't know anything about them other than that their vision is very primitive. And they look terrifying, but they're completely harmless.
It's crazy to me how I have no problem picking that thing up, but you couldn't pay me to pick up a huntsman.
Oh, for sure.
You know what I mean?
Because the huntsman's definitely gonna do something. Like these are just
they're
just fast.
Yeah.
But that's straight up. Like, you can't tell me you don't look at that and be like, okay, that's a fucking Cenobite from
Yeah.
Hellraiser.
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
without a doubt.
1000%.
In bug form, like that is 1000%
Mhm.
part of Pinhead's gang. Yeah.
Yeah.
They are super cool. So much to still know about them too, which is really interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like Phil King was like, "Oh, I'm going to the show. You want me to see, if I see any, do you want me to get any?" And I'm like, I don't know that I really want or need more, but I do enjoy the one I have. It'd be cool to get one of like the big species. I don't think white eye get terribly huge, but
Yeah.
get one of those just massive. I think it's
If
the African ones in particular. I think
yeah,
get a little bigger, but
if somebody produces Africans, I won't get captive bred because I don't think they're bringing them in anymore. But
look at that.
if somebody produced like Tanzanians, dude, I would definitely keep Tanzanians because I miss having them.
Dude, it's the Green Ranger.
It's Green Ranger, dude, for sure.
It's Phidippus bidentatus,
Bidentatus,
named after Joe Biden.
and it lumbers around like him.
It just walks in circles. Confused. It's not political commentary, folks. That's just fact. The man was confused.
He was our president, and he walked like a robot.
Oh my god!
I think it's so cool. I love the horns on the head.
The rear eyes just always kind of give me the willies. I'm not gonna lie.
Wait, why? Because it's always watching you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they see everything.
Legitimate. And dude, but the horns make it, bro. The horns are the best.
The little mohawks.
Yeah, dude. Little fucking spikes. It looks like Keith Flint from Prodigy. R.I.P. Keith Flint.
That's good, man. That's good.
By the way, Prodigy is one of my favorite bands. I'm allowed to make fun of them. That's cool.
That
Those
is
fucking pedipalps are just red.
Phrynis operculatus.
Interesting. I feel like that looks gigantic, but it's probably the size of a dime.
Yeah.
You know?
A red-faced bromeliad spider.
Oh, dude. Again.
Gnarly looking. Yeah.
Just creepy, man. It's like the Harry Potter tarantula.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
I got a Lego one of him in the room.
Oh, nice. Very cool.
Another Gracilis. Yup.
That's a cool orb weaver. That X pattern one right there. What is that? That's really cool.
You ever ran through the woods and had one of those big orb weavers webs just wrap across your entire head because you didn't see it?
Bro, I have been turkey hunting in palmetto heads, and you walk out there at like 4 a.m. It's pitch black, and you sit in your spot and you prop up your gear, and you're ready for the birds to fly down from the roost right as the twilight hits, right? And you hear the owls start to hoot, signaling you got about 30 minutes of dark before the sun's rays start to peel through the cypress trees. And that's when you start to see the twinkle of starlight in front of you. But it's not starlight. It's the dew refracting off of the giant spider webs that you're surrounded by. And every tree has a web 6 feet by 8 feet wide and tall with a giant 4-inch spider in the middle of it. And you ask yourself, how did I not hit one? And you have to wait there, whether there's turkeys or not, because you can't move your body until the sun comes up and the spiders leave.
I was playing a prank on some of my non-herper friends when we were out at my parents' house walking around the woods, and I just decided to take off and like leave them in the woods, right?
Jesus.
And as I was running away, I went face first into one of those banana. We call them banana spiders, but they're orb weavers.
Yeah, they're orb weavers.
And dude, that thing just like a freaking man in the iron mask, like
just a net,
the
just
entire
net gunned.
And I'm not. I squeal a little bit. It's like Jim Carrey with the bat.
Well, you know what it is that like we know the spider's harmless, right?
Yeah. but it's
We
just
know
fucking
we
huge.
know the spider's harmless. We know the web is harmless, but you don't know where the spider is. You know what I mean? Like, is it in your hair? Is it on your back? Is it on your face? You don't know. And you're alone by yourself with
Then
the spider.
I didn't get very far, but my friends just started laughing at me, which fair enough. But
That's where you just stand still and wait to see where if you feel it walking on you, and then you know where it is. Yeah.
I've started a house spider collection.
Oh, really?
Not like house spiders, like scientifically house spiders, but like spiders I found in my house.
Oh, nice.
They get a little set up and they get fed very well and they get taken care of. And
Oh God, you're that guy now.
I got a little grass spider, and that thing is like
Is it green?
No,
Is it
no,
neon green? Oh, okay.
They make these cool like not funnel webs, but like funnely type webs that start really wide.
Web?
Yeah,
Cone web. Yeah.
And that thing, it's already molted for me like once, and
cool.
And I found a little wolf spider in the house, and so I kept that and been feeding
Nice.
it, and I just for funsies.
I've taken a liking to the Hogna genus, and we get Lenta all over the place, everywhere. Some of them are good size. And I don't know if I told you this on air last week or whatever, but I was sitting on the patio. I was actually having a cigar outside on Anna Maria's patio. She was reading her book, and we had a little fire going because it was kind of cool out. And she's like putting the wood in the fire pit, and she's like, "Oh my God, look at this giant spider on the wall." And I was like, "Oh, it's a Hogna." And she's like, well, you got to get rid of it. I was like, "All right." So like, I just took off my shoe. I was just going to squish it because I thought that's what she wanted me to do. And she's like, no, you can't kill it. I was like, what do you want me to do with it? Like, we can leave him in the patio and let her eat her fill of all the other things we don't want. We don't want in this patio, right? Including baby anoles and such. Or, I can squish her. Like, what do you? No, you have to get her out. You have to get her out. And so I got I had a deli container that was not for animals.
You had a Fiji bottle?
No, I didn't. Oh, I wish I would have. No, I had a container that had no lid. I'm like, all right, cool. So I used my flashlight, and this is inhumane. I'm sorry, listeners, but I beamed her with the flashlight, and then gently just scooped her into the cup. But there's no lid, so I held the flashlight on her because I was like, don't run. And I walked all the way to the patio, and Anna Maria opened the door, and I just shook her into the grass, and she was like, oh shit. Like, you know how they do that, like,
yeah,
that which way to go thing.
I don't know where to go.
Exactly. And then I turned the light off and she scampered off to safety. But she's a big size, man. She was like a silver dollar. She's a good sized bug. But
I gotta pee real quick.
Enjoy yourself. It made me feel good that Amaru was like, no, don't kill it. So we're converting her. So, oh man, bugs. It's amazing how we like some and we don't like others, and how we tolerate some and we don't tolerate others. But all of my Parabuthus have molted yet again. That was cool. I thought it was interesting how 2 of the 3 had already started to harden up by the time I found them, but the third was still soft. I wound up not feeding her, but she's infinitely larger than the other ones that molted. And I'm wondering if it has anything to do with the hardening of the exoskeleton. And this is something I want to reach out to our arachnid friends and see, because I've not really noticed it, having kept hundreds and hundreds of scorpions over the years. I never really thought about like the exoskeleton being soft and maybe having retained more moisture or humidity or whatever, and being larger, and then as it solidifies, perhaps slightly shrinking a little. But I'm eager to see her in the next couple of days and see if she is the same size as her clutch mates, because I thought that was very interesting, because they all get fed exactly the same. They all eat the exact same. So yeah.
What is?
No, I was noticing that the Parabuthus all molted, and one of them, I believe, molted a day or 2 later than the other ones, because the boy and one of the girls already started to darken up and slightly solidify, but the one female was still extremely opaque. But she also looked bigger. And I didn't know if she actually was bigger or if it was because she freshly molted, if it was an illusion that she's puffed up, more water weight or whatever.
Water weight.
Mm-hmm. So, but dude, I'm falling in love with those little bastards. They're so fast, man. So fast for a scorpion. Like I don't remember. I've kept countless parabuthas in the past, multiple different species. I don't remember any of them being that quick. So, but then again,
want to.
Yeah. Then again, most of the ones I have were all wild caught adults. So who knows? But
I've still got my Margaritatis group.
How's that doing, by the way, the whole communal thing?
I mean, I've just been keeping the pairs together and they've been doing fine.
Oh, good. So you have like 3 pair, 4 pair?
2 pair.
2 pair. Okay.
2.2. But I've been keeping pairs together and haven't had any issues. Surprisingly.
Cool. You still have the Hensai?
No.
Died?
The female did roll, and then like the babies, I just slowly over the course of several weeks, just one by one. Don't know why.
Yeah.
Kind of discouraged me from dealing with baby scorpions again because I don't know what it is between those and the isometrics and stuff, dude. I had a really hard time getting them going. But now I'm wondering if I should have kept those the same way that I kept the Seriocosmos slings, which were just like tiny vials with nothing but just damp spag, no like substrate that they could still, web in and do whatever they needed to do, but didn't have to worry about dirt drying out and causing issues with desiccation and things like that. So I don't know. But
I think also it depends on the species too, but like those margaritas, you probably could have put them in vials with a cotton ball. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I was fairly certain for a long time that those females were gravid, and they may still be. I don't know. Just nothing's happened yet. But the gestation on those is also like freakishly long for something that small.
Interesting.
So,
yeah.
I don't know. But
then I also, I think it's tough because you risk mom eating stuff, but I really do feel like there is a time period in which babies should not be taken from mom. And there's like that happy grace period of like a day or two where they start to wander on their own. Like if you start to see them wander on their own, don't pull them yet. But like if it's a day or two later, then pull them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and I think that's the issue with the isometrics was I pulled them too early. I should have given them a little more time. And like those are pretty communal, so I don't even know what the big hurry was anyways, but I don't know. I think at some point I want to move these Margaritatis and just be spiders and Walter White-Eye.
Yeah, man.
Just I like the Margaritatis. It's again like my track record as of late with baby scorpions has not been great, and I don't know that I want to deal with it anymore. But
I get it. Yeah, I feel like it's obviously species specific, but I do find that baby scorpions are a little more needy than slings.
Yeah, I mean, it's like that's the reason they're on mom's back is because there's a moisture gradient there that plays a major role. And it's like, as they get some size to them and they get off mom and start moving around on their own, like they become less dependent on that. But I still think desiccation is a very easy problem to run into.
For sure.
When you're dealing with something that tiny, I don't know what it is because like those Seriocosmos slings that I have were so small that I feel like same thing with them. It would not take much to dry those out too much. Like a solid day or two of being too dry and they're done. They're toast. So I'm wondering if maybe if I do end up with Margaritatis slings, trying them out the same way that I'm doing with those Litzi and keeping them just in spag. And then they can tunnel their way around or do whatever they need to do. And it's not wet. Like the spag is damp, like you've squeezed out all the water you can.
Yeah.
And you keep the ventilation fairly minimal in those vials, and it keeps condensation going like on the walls and stuff. So it's humid. It's not wet, like they're not sitting in water or anything, but it's definitely humid.
Yeah. And then I think if I do wind up producing scorps in the near future, in the past, when I bred Hottentotta trilineata and Jacksonii, I had small delis that the lid of the deli had very large air holes that was professionally covered with a fine cheesecloth.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I would seek out those delis on purpose because there's just so much airflow, but there's no way that the bug could escape.
Yeah, but you could also just as easily do like pieces of cheesecloth with some rubber bands or something, right?
I know. I'm terrified of like me gluing it wrong or whatever. You know what I mean? I guess scorpions are
like,
really
I'm saying
scary.
just use cheesecloth as the lid with a rubber band around it.
Yeah, I guess you could. But yeah, but then you couldn't stack them nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. But I'm gonna try and pair those Australis this year and see what they do. Dude, the male won't keep on weight. It's like annoying. I feed him and feed him and feed him, and he doesn't.
I've noticed with the Margaritatis, dude, like those males don't seem to care about food whatsoever. Like I put in some small crickets periodically. Like I'll put in 2 or 3 for the pair to eat on whenever, and I am fairly certain the female's the only one eating them because the males are just staying thin, but they're males, so they're gonna,
Yeah, but I mean I have them separated right now, and like I see he eats them. They're gone. Like I feel like I found like a leg here and a leg there, but he just doesn't balloon up like the females.
Have you tried anything more like nutrient dense, like roaches or something?
Nah, just crickets. Because they're on sand and I don't want to deal with roaches burrowing.
So. I got a group of red runners now, thanks to King.
Nice.
I got to get them on heat still, though, to get them really producing. Those things don't burrow. Those things just run. They're just moving constantly.
Yeah, but they climb up walls too, right?
No.
You have to keep Vaseline with them?
No.
Oh, no? Okay.
I haven't with mine. Like mine are in a...
We're not like lobsters.
Yeah, no, I don't think so.
Okay, because lobsters are fucked, bro. You have to Vaseline the lid and everything.
Yeah, no, these are not that. Though it's funny when he sent them, he sent them in a deli, right? And it was like a starter colony, so there was like tiny ones and adults and everything in between, and it was one of the deli lids that's like gridded.
Okay.
So there's no like cloth or anything. It's just got like 1/8-inch holes.
Oh, there's like 500 holes in the lid?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I opened the box and there's like a bunch of babies stuck to the duct tape that he put over the lid. And then I look in and there's baby red runners just running around the inside of the box.
Oh my God.
I'm at work. And so I'm like trying to get them separated. And then I'm like, shit, there's some loose in here. And I'm afraid they're going to get loose. And then everyone's going to freak out because there's roaches now in the building.
Oh my God.
And it was like, Phil, why did you do this?
Hence the cheesecloth. Damn. And you know how they do those lids, right? It's like it's not 500, but it's like 40 or 50 needles that are superheated like a soldering iron, and they just go in each lid as they go down the assembly line.
Yeah, this was it's a lot of holes,
that, bro.
Yeah, I was like, and they're fast as fuck, dude.
Oh yeah, hence the name.
And the males have wings, and like they will like fly if you like throw them or like
really
jump, like flutter. They won't like fly, but they like flutter.
Oh man,
yeah. But I've got those. I've got dubia and discoids together in a bin. And then the runners. But I need to get them on heat. My plan was to take the Cambro rack that the chondros are in, because I've got, I think, 2 slots in that don't have anything in them, taking those Cambros out and then figuring out a way to put them in there. But my concern was if I put like an ultratherm pad under some of those that would get too hot.
Yeah.
Because I like those ultra therms because they don't get crazy hot, but if they're wedged between two hard surfaces, like it's gonna heat up pretty quick. So either that, or maybe I just get some little rubber feet or felt feet to put on the bins to keep some space between it. But I just haven't had the energy, honestly, dude. I've been struggling. I've just been like a ton of stuff I need to do, and just
man, one step at a time.
No desire to do it.
I get it, man. We all been there. I too have.
Weekend's gonna be good because I need the break.
Yeah,
need to get out in nature.
Fire up them juices to go back in the snake room.
Mm-hmm.
I too have a spare slot in a Canberra rack, but I decided to leave it empty because if I do produce anything, or if I do get more bugs, I'll probably put them in like deli cups in that rack just for safety space. But that rack, the Canberra rack that Sean made me, man, the locks that he made me, they're so nice, but they all became loose. And I was just feeding the Cerastes. What's today? Today is Monday. I was feeding them for Thursday night. And like I go to unlock the first one and it just free spins. I'm like, fuck. I go to unlock the next one and it free spins. I unlock the next one, it's free spins. It's like it took, however many months, if not a year, for them to get loose, and they're loose again. So now I got to take everybody out. Well, at least take each snake out one at a time. And it's an excuse to do a deep clean. I'll change all the sand and rocks and everything. And then I got to get two wrenches and tighten them both down at the same time. And it's a brilliant system. It's just when they do get loose, it's a pain in the ass, because especially when you got venomous, because you can't like just stick your fingers in there and pull it out.
That's why I do like the way that like PA and Cody had their Canberra racks locked up with the lock at the top and then the track that the bar sits in. I really like that system a lot. I know it's visually not the most appealing thing. And
that was my whole thing. Was I wanted it to be aesthetically pleasing, but my whole thing was I wanted it to be. I didn't want to have to unlock everybody just to do one tub.
Yeah.
So like Sean's way, although annoying, if I'm going to do all the tubs, I have to unlock all the tubs. Each one is locked. And I think it also looks good in Fish and Wildlife's eyes too. You know what I mean? Showing them that I actually have, fail safes built in to some degree. So, puff adders and Sterilite tubs, it's fine, but the Canberra rack individually locks.
That's the appeal. Hey, officer, check out how sexy this is.
Yeah.
You never seen anything like this, have you?
Yeah, check this out. Little click lock. Oh man. I think it's time to upgrade my African garter snake, but I don't know how to upgrade it because she just loves living in dirt, and I basically made her a dirt snake. And I mean, she is a dirt snake by all intents and means, but part of me wants to set her up cool and like put like real grass seed in there and like get some grass growing and like make it like more savanna-y or like forest floor-y. But at the same time, she's more than happy to just live in dirt. So it's like, do I upgrade to a taller tub with thicker dirt, or do I go to something wider for more surface area? I gotta figure that out.
Something I've been doing with a lot of my tarantula setups, even if it's just like containers, is I go down the street and around the corner from my house where there's a bunch of moss growing and stuff, and I'll go and harvest that. And I've found some of the Bacilliferaria and stuff, they like to make burrows that go under all of that. And like if it's in there long enough, it'll start to like grow to the shape of the container. I've noticed, because I've done some rehouses lately, and it's much more snug in there than it was when I put it down initially. So if you could find a way to get a mix that has some structure to it, to where it could like dig under that kind of stuff, that might look pretty good.
Yeah, that could be really cool. Even just if I just use the moss sheet as the hide, see if she'll slither underneath it. So yeah, very cool. It's a good idea.
I just take one of those blue lidded containers that I get from Dollar Tree.
Yeah.
and just go around the corner. And I don't even usually bring a shovel. I just take it with my hands and just pull sheets up as big as I can get. And then I'll just break them down to whatever size I need them for. And that stuff seems to actually, even when it's like bone dry, that stuff stays green. It's surprising.
Interesting. Yeah, I got to find some natural areas that'll have that by me where I can actually take it. You know what I mean? Because there's just so much urban expansion around me that the places that would have moss, I probably am not allowed to harvest it. But I'll take a look. It's a good idea. Solid idea.
Even at my parents' house, they've got a couple spots where it's just everywhere, and I'll just go and take clumps of it. And
nice.
Tried to propagate it. So apparently, like, if you're gonna do mosses, I haven't really taken the Pepsi challenge on it to see if it matters, but supposedly you want to water it with rainwater, not like tap water.
Really?
Like I've just used, because I use those big 5-gallon Primo jugs for water now.
Yeah.
Brita filter and having to refill it 20 times. And it seems like it does okay with that, like no issues, but I don't notice any like rapid growth.
Okay.
So I'm at some point I'm gonna get 2 propagation tubs going and have like one that I just do with rainwater and one that I do with like the Primo filtered stuff and see if there's any difference. Or I wonder if I could even take some of the old minnow water here from the guppies and try that and see if that makes a difference. I don't know. I'm curious because I did some research, some reading on like moss propagation in particular. Because I just go and get a big batch of it, and then as I'm like rehousing stuff or setting new stuff up, like I have moss there, and all my setups look kind of the same because I kind of set everything up the same, unless it's arboreal versus terrestrial and burrowers and stuff. And it's just nice to have it because it looks good, adds a little bit of color to the setups.
Yeah, that's a good idea, man. And I don't worry about it getting dried out in the desert room because the tub holds so much moisture that like even if the dirt that's in there dries out, it still has moisture in the atmosphere of the tub.
I think also you get a decent layer of it going, and it sort of maintains its own microclimate of humidity underneath that.
Absolutely. And Matt Jensen was on a moss kick for a while.
Really?
And he would get I don't want to say cookie sheets because that's the wrong term, but like really wide flat tubs, leave the lid off. And then he would put in topsoil, and then he'd have different types of moss that he found, like different species, and they would literally come and butt up to each other naturally. Look really cool. It's almost like a quilt. And then I don't think he ever watered it. I think he only sprayed water. And he had like the Exoterra pump, and what he'd use for his dart frogs or for his Garandus or something like that. Day geckos. And then when he sprayed, he put the lid back on. So
I want to experiment with the rainwater thing and see if that makes a difference.
Yeah,
because when I did some rehouses recently of some of the tarantulas, they were in these containers that have like a hand grip section, so it gets thinner.
Okay,
like it has like instead of just being like a regular oval or something, it's like square, and then it notches in, comes back out a little bit, and then flanges back in, so it's got like a handle.
Yeah.
And I noticed when I pulled the moss out, like it took on the shape of that, but it had been in there, it had been that way, like in that setup for a couple months, like a while. Nice. So it definitely wasn't something that happens quickly, but it was nice to know that it is growing at least, because I could, sometimes I've used some and I could tell like it didn't grow at all. It just kind of existed and like held on barely. So seeing it, sort of knowing that it is actually growing some is kind of nice. And
that's cool, man. It's a good idea.
I want to figure out the right way to do it. I had some Panda King isopods in one of my propagation tubs too for a while, but I don't think any of those are kicking around anymore. But I see a lot of native isopods too that at some point I'll go and probably snag some of those, because I figured
by native you mean powder blue.
I don't know what they are. They're like the actual roll up in a ball type, not the
the roly-poly, legitimate North American roly-poly,
armadillium or whatever they're.
Yeah.
They are, yeah. So I don't really use those in tarantula setups, but I figured if anything, it's probably at least a little bit beneficial for the moss because they're going through and cleaning some stuff up and eating things that aren't supposed to be there, or whatever.
For sure.
But
For sure.
I don't know. We just have so much of that moss here, dude. Like whether it's the star moss or the velvety stuff that we get around the oak trees and whatnot, dude.
Dude, star moss is adorable, bro. Have you looked at the star moss under your microscope?
No, I haven't.
Bro, you need to look at star moss under your microscope. It's so cool, man. Like I'm not a big plant guy. I'm not. I have the few species of things I like or genera that I like, but dude, when you take star moss and you look at it under a microscope, it's like you're in Pandora. It's super cool. Little microclimates.
I did find a sphagnum moss that our buddy Dritz at Underdark Inverts turned me on to because it's what he ships with, like ships stuff in vials in.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not like the orchid moss that's brown. It's like green. And so I got a brick of that recently. And I actually like that a lot too because it does the same thing. It gives some color.
Is that in like a thin, almost like a wafer cookie? And when you hydrate it, it expands?
No, I've seen it sold like that.
Yeah.
This is like a legit, it's vacuum sealed like coconut fiber is, like a big brick.
Okay.
That'll last me forever. I need to set it up in a container and hydrate it some so I can use it a little easier instead of having to try to tear little like cotton candy chunks out of it.
Yeah.
But I like it a lot because it gives some color too because it keeps that green. It just looks sharper. It looks better than the spag does. Just brown spag is a little ugly. It's not.
Yeah.
Not very.
It's not the most
appealing.
aesthetically pleasing. Yeah, visually pleasing. Yeah. Yeah, man. Yep. I'm gonna start to work on the next Vivs. I'm gonna start to deck out a black box for the Everglades rat snake, and then I've got 2 black boxes for field vipers, and then I've got an Exoterra that I'm going to do for the Dahara cat-eyed snake, Egyptian cat-eyed snake, and I got to start getting all my materials together. I went through, see how much dry lock I had, see how much spray foam I had left, and I haven't decided which one I'm going to do first. I think I'm honestly going to do the Exoterra first just to get the mojo back because I feel like if I fuck up an Exoterra, it's glass and I don't care. I can just scrape it. But if I fuck up a black box, I'm going to be really I'm going to be really pissed. But I really want to try, this is going to sound crazy. I'm going to really try and do like Egyptian bricks with like hieroglyphics. I think that'd be cool as hell. Yeah.
So like a little Dremel and like Sharpie it in and then Dremel it out.
Yeah. I think that's what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to take hard blue dense foam and like carve a pattern as to the brick layout, break it and crack it how I want it, and then do dry lock with some sand and some grout, and then like acrylic paint on the grout and whatnot, and then take the Dremel and like you said, just like etch the brick outlies, and then get stencils and print off stencils and then do the hieroglyphics and like carve them out because I want them to be, there's a way to phrase this, like hieroglyphics aren't they're coming out. Does that make sense?
Yeah, they're
like negative. No, they're raised. So I'll try and find a picture. I'll send it to you later, but I got to figure out how to do that. And I think that's the next project. So
figure out a way to make like not a silicone mold, but like a putty mold.
Mm-hmm.
And then spray foam that, and then cut the spray foam to cut it flush with the mold, and then you have like a brick.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Or I was thinking like taking the it'd probably be easier if I had like some kind of mill machine or something, like a drill press or something. But basically, take the foam, draw out the hieroglyphics, and then just take the Dremel and etch everything away around the hieroglyphics. You know what I mean? Something like that. But I got to do some more Googling. I've been talking about doing this project for like 3 years, and it's finally fucking time. So yeah. And the snake has not eaten in like 6 months, so we got to start figuring something. It hasn't lost any weight at all. So now that it's summer and things are going to warm up, I'm going to start doing lizard skin burritos and such. You know how we do.
Mm-hmm.
Yup. You saw Phil King got his eggs?
I did.
Glorious.
Very good looking clutch.
Very good looking clutch. Yep. He sent me those pictures.
Well, I think he said the final count was like 22.
Oh, really? Holy crap.
Maybe 26. In the 20s. Like
great clutch.
Low to mid 20s, I think. Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, that's wild, man.
I need to start feeding up my female Conicus. Start getting that ball kind of rolling in a direction.
For sure. I went to go feed the water pythons one more time before I put them back together, and the male was just deep shed. So the girl got a rat, the boy didn't. Oh well, his loss. He'll shed this week, and then they get paired back up. So hopefully, him having a fresh skin and her having 2 rats after cooling, and we're caught up to speed. And man, I cut their rats, dude. Those things are gone, man.
Yeah,
gone. It's crazy.
They digest them so much faster.
Them and the cobras, man. They just slurp them down. Oof.
Seems like there's a lot less waste too.
Honestly, you're probably right. I don't really notice on them.
Be as much left behind if you at the end of that cycle.
Yeah. I will say this: there's less fur in the cobras, but the water pythons, dude, like it's just a dog turd. You know what I mean? It's just like a Bichon took a shit. So, yeah. But they look good, man. I hope they fucking do something. Oh man,
we've been waiting
ever so patiently. Well,
that adult female Conicus, I gotta start. I can get some weight on her. Get her.
Yeah. How many of those things you have now?
I think like 10.
That's it, bro. I'm doing the sub box this year. You got to do one of them.
Gabe just got a pair of Conicus because someone had him at a show labeled as Kenyans or something.
Oh, really?
For like super cheap.
That's great.
Video chatted me one day randomly. I'm like, what is going on? It's like, he pocket dialed me. And I answered it. And he's like, look at what I got. And I was like, oh, no shit. It's like, these are awesome. He's like, I kind of understand why you like them so much now. I'm like, yeah, they're cool, dude.
That's awesome. Good for him, man. Good for him. But dude, your girl's got to be big enough this year.
She needs a little more weight to her. I've talked to Rob Robbins about her not long after I got her.
Yeah.
And he said, yeah, she needs a little more grammage. She's not far off though.
Okay.
It wouldn't take much to get her there. I need to thin out on some adult mice too. I got some males in one bin that keep fighting, and I thought I tried to keep one male in the group, and some of them, their mandibles were hiding when I was sorting.
Interesting.
But I hear them going at it all the time. So when I go over there to see like who's causing problems, they stop fighting.
Of course.
And I'm like, but as soon as I sit back down, they start fighting again. I'm like,
well, it's funny when we sat down to do tonight's show, before you press record, I heard them squeaking.
Yeah. It's one bin in particular where there's 2 males that just keep fighting, and I'm like, I always feel bad. I never know who to take. Like, do I take the one that's getting bullied, or do I take the bully?
I don't know.
I
I mean, it's easy. You separate them both and give them both each their own girlfriend.
I mean, they have like 4 girlfriends.
Yeah.
Whichever one I see first and manage to grab is the one that's going to get it. So,
Fed to the Conicus.
or a green tree or something. I don't know. That an adult mouse for that female Conicus would be kind of a hefty. They're just, their heads are so narrow.
Yeah.
I feel like you got to go smaller with them. You can't really push them too hard. But I need to get another rack set up or something instead of these 2 tubs. Like the 2 tubs are working great, but I got to clean them constantly because there's a lot of mice in one bin. No, they just pee constantly, dude.
Yeah, man, I commend you for having that in your house.
It's not bad. Like, as long as I stay on top of it, like I can definitely tell when it's time to clean because I'll walk into the garage and the ammonia just kind of hits you in the face. But
yeah, man,
most of the time it's not that bad. So
yeah. Just a wee bit much for me, man.
This is super small scale like this. It's perfect. It's been working out. They get I give them Ritz crackers periodically, and they lose their little minds, dude.
Really?
They go nuts for Ritz crackers. I'll just drop a handful in both bins, and you just hear them all just going absolutely ham on those things. You hear a little crunching.
That's hilarious.
It's great. And sometimes I'll give them I'll take like we have those like duck jerky dog treats or something that we give the dogs, and I'll drop 1 or 2 of those in there for them. And they'll freaking go crazy on those too, and give them all kinds of treats.
That's good, man. That's good. Tender loving care so we can pillage their babies.
Yeah. I usually feel bad when I do that too, but snakes are happy.
Yeah, right. That's what we breed them for.
Sadly,
yes. On that note, it's the witching hour.
it is.
Anything you'd like to touch base on before we say our goodbyes?
This episode is brought to you by Foley's Apparel, Foley'sApparel.com. In situ line, check it out. I will probably be doing a sale. I'm thinking maybe by the weekend to get something going.
Cool.
I'm finally caught up on some of my workload for like bulk orders that I've been procrastinating on terribly. So I'll actually spend some time getting some stuff added to that line and, some other stuff. So again, if you have stuff you want to see available in the herping stuff, please let me know. I gotta know. I can't make dreams come true if I don't know what the dreams are.
I gots to know.
Yeah. Mike said he needs the alligator shirt. Like the hoods. Do people like hoods?
On those field shirts? Yes. Absolutely.
Because I feel like I like the hoods and other people like the hoods, but not everybody likes the hoods. And people just want long sleeves. So, but I don't want to go and make a version of the same thing in both options, because that's going to take forever. Like that's been the main back with adding stuff to that line is like, I can't do everything that's currently available because it'll take me fucking forever to do all those mock-ups and get them all uploaded. So I'm kind of like having to cherry pick the most popular stuff to get added.
I would make new make new designs,
Well, yeah, that too.
But I also feel like so many people say no to the hood until they wear it. Like
I don't want it without it.
Yeah. And like, I gotta be honest, man, I'm, me, I love the desert, man. And when I'm in the desert hiking, I always wear a shmaga, always a shmaga and a baseball hat, always. And I'll wrap the thing around me like I'm going on patrol with the Touareg, and then I'll still wear a baseball hat. But if I have that sun hood, dude, you put the sun hood on and your baseball hat on top of that, you're done. You're easy peasy. You can still bring the shmaga if need be,
Just call it a scarf.
Yes, a scarf. On that note,
blackboxcages.com. Check them out. Rex Cages, you need it. Shop for it. Grab it. Love it. Cold-blooded caffeine. Stay caffeinated. Stay awake. Stay delicious while you do that, though. Snakes and Stogies blend. Check it out. Mexico and Rwanda together in a bag. Use the code SMOKE at checkout. Use the code THN at checkout at fulvysparrow.com. That will get you 15% off your order. That is the exclusive promo code for THN listeners and viewers like you. I believe we're going to be back for Arachnids on Thursday.
Nice.
Got to see. I don't think we have anything lined up yet, so we got to make something happen there. Phil's done a really good job on the scheduling front, better than I've probably ever done. So keep your eyes peeled there. It may just be the two of us. We haven't really done a just the two of us episode, so I've got some ideas for that, and we just haven't made happen. So
that's good, man. It'll be a good show.
Keep an eye out. Other than that, we'll see everybody later.
Paleosuchus puppies. Bye.